What's up, guys? Welcome to our second episode of
The One of One podcast. Today we're going to be talking about social media, the birth of social media, where it's at right now and where we see it going, and also the pros and cons, what has done good for society and the negative effects of social media on society. So obviously, you're a little bit older than me, so I feel like you were introduced to social media at the more of the beginning stages. So where was the first thing that you felt like where you were introduced to social media?
All right, so the first websites I feel like I used in social media were Facebook. I think one of the first things you gotta do before any social media is get an email.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I remember I was too afraid to ask my older siblings to sign me up for an email, and I didn't know how to do it myself. So like I remember I made friends with like an older kid at school, and I was like, "Yo, like you gotta make me a fucking email."
What was your first email?
Bro, get this, bro. So like I tell this guy to make me an email, right? His name's Eric, bro. I remember this forever, bro. So he makes this email for me, and I remember I gave him like $1 or some shit to do it, right? So we link up at the park, bro, after school.
Yeah.
He has the email and the password like written on like a little piece of paper, fam. It's fun, bro. So like
Pushing emails.
Yeah, bro. So he hands me this paper. I give him the $1 or whatever.
Yeah.
And fucking, I get home, bro, and I go to log in, and I open this fucking paper, bro. I told him my name was Regan Tran, right? Bro, this guy wrote Regan _Tyran. Brother, I use this email to like fucking high school, bro.
That's
Because when you start using an email, bro, it becomes a part of you. Like, you sign up everything with your email.
It's so hard to switch once you have that. My original one, I remember I loved playing basketball growing up, right? And my uncle, he actually started this nickname. So he called me T-Bone. Yeah. Right? So my nickname, my email was T-Bone B-Ball.
Oh, everyone had the B-Ball, bro.
Yeah, T-Bone B-Ball.
B-Ball, everything.
That was my first Instagram. That was my first everything. So T-Bone B-Ball, that's where it all started for me for social media.
Yeah.
But so you said Facebook. What were you doing on Facebook when it first came out?
I was playing games. I was playing Farmville too, bro.
Farmville?
Farmville was definitely fun as fuck.
Yeah.
I was playing those Facebook games. I was, talking to, shorties on Facebook, like things like that. What else did we use? I'm trying to think. MSN.
MSN, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was a big thing. I remember MSN, when I discovered MSN, it was all about how many friends you had.
Yep.
That, like, just getting the most friends. I remember that's so dangerous, bro. I was a kid trying to just befriend everybody, bro. Like,
yep.
You know what I mean? So that was just a crazy time. I remember collecting those emoticons or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Spider-Man one, like all those shits, like the collections of like gifts or whatever. That was like when gifts were born, bro. Like, yeah, before gifts actually came back.
Literally.
Yeah, so MSN days I think was huge. So that was big, and then like another form of social media, I guess YouTube. Would YouTube count?
Yeah, I'd count that.
I feel like, bro, I spent a lot of time watching people develop on YouTube.
Bro, think about like some of the top influencers, like Jake Paul. Bro, Mr. Beast for me is one of the smartest motherfuckers ever.
Yeah.
He literally figured out the algorithm of YouTube before anyone else. So he would give away, for those of you that don't know who Mr. Beast is, he gives away like, say, outrageous things. Like he gives away Teslas, like $100,000 to random people. And he came to realize that if he got sponsorships and he got paid from AdSense from a video, he would get, obviously he's doing good things, he's giving away people money, but he would make more, right? So now he has like so many channels, over 100 million subscribers, that he can put out a video giving out $100,000 and he's making probably 10x that just off that video alone, off sponsorships, off AdSense. So like that was like the birth of like really starting to make money off of social media. Monetizing
YouTube.
It.
Shout out YouTube.
But yeah, for me, I think the first time I was introduced to social media was Instagram and Snapchat kind of at the same time. I had a Facebook account, but didn't really do much with it besides like play Farmville, played Club Penguin, if that counts. And I feel like social media to me kind of like, I remember playing like Call of Duty and stuff, like actually talking to random people online.
Yeah.
I remember one time.
Swearing at guys.
I remember, bro. I was playing what's it called? Zombies. Yeah. Right. And I was playing with these random like they were older dudes, and my mom came in my room, and like my headset, like I had like a bad headset, so it always disconnect, and the voices would come out of my TV, right? And my mom's like, "Who are you talking to? Like, why are you talking to strangers?" Because people didn't understand. Like, you just hop in the lobby and you play with who you play with, right? And I feel like that was the beginning of like just meeting strangers online. Was 100%. For me like through gaming, and then you know what's actually crazy? The first social media page I actually had here, I'm gonna pull it up for you. It's actually called Swish Effects. No. I'll pull it up, bro. I wonder if it's still up. It was actually, I love Photoshop. So let's see, Swish_effects. Bro, it's still there. Swish Effects. I'm gonna pull it up on the podcast, but Swish Effects, bro. That's Tyson. I edit sports pics.
Yo,
this is like the first.
That's pretty sick.
2014, bro.
You could have done like some Facebook. Yeah, some YouTube thumbnails. Bro.
Yeah, bro. I was literally doing like graphic design, like just with Swish Effects, bro.
That's sick.
Yo, it was meant to be. But that was the first one, and then like Snapchat, I was late on because I didn't find any point of it. Like, it was just people sending each other pictures before the filters, but you could actually. I remember the reason I hopped on it was because I wanted to see like who my friends were talking to and because you could see who everyone's best friends were. Yeah. Right. So that was a big thing, was like figuring out who's talking to who, especially like middle school, who the shorties are talking to.
When was Snapchat created?
Probably like 2013, 2014.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it really hasn't been that long since the birth of this app. Mm-hmm. Like, I still remember the day where I was explaining this app to my sister. Yeah. My older sister. She had no idea. I'm like, yo, Snapchat you need to. Yeah. I was like, you need to download this app. This is what everyone's talking through nowadays. You send pictures and then write your little message, and like it's just a way of like.
There wasn't even like the text option before. Yeah. Like, you actually had to send a picture. Yeah. And then I remember streaks. Yeah. Like, streaks were huge. Like, who you had your biggest streaks with, who your best friends were. Man. But then Instagram was just the one that really, for me, like...
Bro, I remember her telling me it was so stupid, you know? Like, it's like, this app is ridiculous, you know? Like, why would you send pictures of the floor? Why don't you just text? Like, literally. It's just dumb shit. And then, bro, next day, you know, like, everyone's using it.
Huge, yeah.
It just is what it is.
But I feel like Instagram's the app that really just, like... It's the Drake of social media. Yeah. Like, it just...
Well, Facebook, no.
Facebook, yeah.
Is the Drake...
Of social.
Yeah.
Nah, Facebook's a Lil Wayne. Facebook's a Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Started everything. But Instagram's the one that now, if we're going to like present day, you meet up with someone or you meet someone out, you ask them what's your Instagram, right? So I think that's crazy to the point we're at now, where how many followers you have on social media. If you have a blue check, if you're an influencer, it means that you're like almost superior. Like, people look up to you, or people will talk to you differently. I think that's the craziest thing. Like, before, like, if you weren't actually successful, you couldn't just pose you couldn't have like people look up to you unless you had actual facts or actual, like, I feel like that's the biggest change that we're going through right now.
Social proof,
yeah, exactly. So that
we hear a lot, like, when people are like, what do they say, like, yo, if you didn't snap it didn't happen, you know, like shit like that, you know, like, fucking, man, I want to go to the gym and just go to the gym. Like, I don't want, like, just because I didn't snap doesn't mean I didn't work out, you know, like, shit like that, right? So, yeah, man, with everything that you guys see on social media, definitely take it with a grain of salt, because it's just somebody's highlight reel. Like,
no, literally, bro. And so I feel like the era we're in right now of social media is, like, obviously Instagram's probably the biggest one next to Facebook. Facebook is a lot of, I feel like it's the older gen that still use Facebook more than Instagram. But there's still a lot of people that are using Facebook. And then obviously I feel like just right now YouTube's really big. People are making so much money off YouTube, Twitch. And then right now I think TikTok is obviously the biggest that's come out recently that has seen success. Yeah. Right. So what are your thoughts on TikTok?
What do I think about TikTok? I remember reading Gary Vee's book. Yeah. And just getting the tip on TikTok, like he was talking about how it's the next thing and all this shit, like, it's gonna have the most reach for free.
Gary Vee's a time traveler.
Yeah, bro, literally
knows everything before it happens.
So I'm pretty sad that I didn't take that to heart and like make it count. I still don't have an account to this day. I have the app staring at me.
Yeah.
Downloaded, ready to go, but I haven't made an account because I'm so afraid of like the time I'm gonna spend on this app. I already know it's gonna be so easy, like to create content and add music and do all these things. Whereas like on Instagram, I had to like get so many different apps to make content.
Now you can just do it
now
all
you
in
can
one
do
place.
it all in one app. So I already know for a fact I'm gonna be spending a lot of time on this app. So like,
but I feel like Instagram caught on to like the actual reach that people were getting through TikTok.
I get roasted right now for using Instagram by my girlfriend because she's like, yo, you're watching all the videos that I've seen last month
on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
I know,
like,
it's so
yo,
crazy.
What?
And then I feel like we're missing out on one social media platform we haven't mentioned is Twitter. Twitter is crazy because that's like, for me, if I'm looking for news, if I'm just reading up on different things, like Twitter is like the modern day newspaper.
Yeah, Twitter is like, the way I see Twitter is like almost it's like a Reddit almost, but like
it's Reddit on like steroids.
On steroids, yeah. It's just so much like easier, like
to navigate.
Yeah, and globally used.
Yeah, exactly. And people, I feel like on Reddit it's more of like aliases and people aren't actually themselves. Whereas Twitter is like actual businesses, actual like CEOs and like athletes, all these influencers are on there as themselves, just tweeting what they want to say or reposting different news. Yeah. And I feel like now more than ever we're in the era where you can get news instantaneously, right? Like no matter what, like it's as soon as something happens, somebody's taking a video, somebody's snapping a picture or whatever, and it's getting posted online. So I feel like that's really good, but also there's a lot of fake news, right? So people are sharing like fake stuff. People are just making up stuff, and that's why you can't believe everything that you read on the internet, right? Always fact check your sources before you repost stuff and stuff, like, because it can change.
Yeah, you gotta do your due diligence.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's like where social media is at right now. Do you have anything else you think?
I think it's pretty interesting. Like I remember when I first got on Twitter, it was like in high school.
Yeah.
And like I was just on it mad, bro. Like from grade 9 to whatever, like just on Twitter. And then after that, it's kind of off because like, you know, you don't really see people from school anymore. Or, like whatever. Like you're not really following people that like you're keeping up to date with. So then I kind of like literally deleted the app. I didn't even use the app for years, bro. And then this crypto thing started coming around.
Yeah.
This NFT thing started coming around.
Huge.
And when you're looking for alpha and information and all this stuff that like is so new that it's not even on Google, you gotta hit Twitter. And it's just crazy that like, because you think Google is the end all, has everything, right? But like for something so new, like these spaces and these projects and whatnot, like you really gotta go on Twitter.
Did you ever tap into Clubhouse when it first came out?
I wish.
That was crazy. So one of my homies, he actually sent me. So Clubhouse is basically an app. Like if you guys remember House Party? House Party was like the original. I feel like
it's like group voice calls.
Yeah, it's a group voice call where you could hop in and just talk. Random people talk about it. So I feel like Clubhouse is literally just like the professional house party. Yeah. So I remember when it first came out, it was invite only. So you had to have somebody invite you to the app. So I remember my homie was on this and he said within like his first day, he spent like 12 hours on the app and he was just in different rooms. He got in a room with the Game, 21 Savage, and they were just talking. And he said there's other rooms talking about just entrepreneurs explaining how they've been able to scale their business. There was one on like SEO and running ads, and he just hopped on these rooms, gained so much knowledge, gained so many like followers, and just actually like was networking. So I remember hopping on there, spending mad time just talking to different people. I made some connections from like Atlanta, all over the place, New York, and just talking to different people from different spaces, where now Twitter has integrated kind of Clubhouse within spaces where you can hop on and just really listen in and speak your 2 cents on any certain topic, right? There's people talking about anything and everything on there. So that's one thing that I found was just the ability to network with social media right now is nuts. Like I have more like homies, I feel like, that I have met through social media that I haven't met through social media. Like,
and if you guys have caught on by now, data is like the new currency. You know what I mean? Like for example, they probably analyzed like Clubhouse and House Party and like the pros and cons of that, and now they're able to integrate it into their apps, right? So like things like that, the space is like evolving.
Even constantly. Stories, bro. Remember, Snapchat was the only one that had stories.
Then Instagram's
and then
like,
Instagram, we gotta take it. Yeah. Then Facebook.
I barely use Snapchat now because of stories on
literally.
Instagram.
I don't even use Snapchat. Like, if you look at my if I went to my memories and looked at like 2017 to 2019, it was just all my stories. And then I go to Instagram now from like, I would say 2019 to now, I have or on my Snapchat, I have no memories of any stories because I'm just posting everything on my Instagram story.
Yeah.
Right? So it's crazy how these apps are just realizing, okay, this is what's hitting right now, let's integrate it. And it's just so smart how...
That is new currency, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fiat is dead.
So where do you see it going? I think we've covered almost everything that's like present time. Where do you think it's going in the future? Hear a lot about metaverse. That's been a big thing that's come out recently. Facebook changed their whole company name to Meta.
Even Twitter is now integrating like
NFTs.
Yeah. When you go to a profile picture, you could be like link it to your NFT or whatever. So soon, like you actually won't be able to use because right now people are talking about the copy and paste shit. Like I think you won't even be able to
click save.
I guess you could do that, but like you won't be able to like actually
make it your profile picture unless you own
use
it.
Yeah.
So,
and that's where I think that's where we're going. Like this metaverse shit, like all this data, all this metadata, all this content, per se, is going to start to be used as products, and like, people are going to start paying to use their content, creating content to sell, and things like that. Like this Web3 stuff is just going to integrate money now involved in.
Literally, it's literally the next gen
to the web. Yeah, that's where the metaverse is going.
Web3. I think it's crazy how people are already making money off the metaverse, right? I saw somebody was flipping land, right? And we saw the yachts, we saw the land, the big houses selling for millions of dollars. And I think a lot of people are like, why are you paying for virtual stuff? Like that's just so stupid. That's what I'm hearing a lot from like my just like family and just like some other friends that aren't really involved in the space. So I'm like, yo, if you look back, I remember playing Club Penguin. I paid for the membership so I could have all the cool igloo, the cool stuff. I bought Fortnite skins. I know my little cousins, they go crazy for the Fortnite skins. I know they spent mad money on Roblox. Yeah, like buying stuff in game is not new. Yep. So now if you integrate that with social media,
where we're talking member.
Yeah, literally. If you integrate that with social media, like people are already flexing on the gram stuff that they don't have. Imagine now that you can own something virtually and you're able to flex that. That's now social proof in the next world. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely here to stay.
Yeah. For anything new, like I'm always interested in the opportunities that the technology brings. Right. So that's like my main thing, and I'm just super happy to see tech that is really catering towards like artists and creatives and just digital content creators in general. Is actually giving them an outlet now to not only make money off the sale, but have that royalties.
It's
forever.
Crazy, bro. I'm seeing
that's crazy, bro. Yeah. So that's this tech. I'm super excited for it to change the music industry, for it to change the digital art industry,
ticket sales,
to change membership industry. There's a lot of this is gonna be disruptive once everybody catches on. So I think it's gonna be great. And even for like, okay, so for like a real life implication right now, let's say like you're a tattoo artist, and every tattoo artist nowadays, they're not going to sketch your shit on paper. They're going to use an iPad, and they're going to digitally create your art. Yeah. So imagine that now that you, not only do you get this tattoo, but you get this digital.
The actual piece.
This is your receipt. Yeah. Like, you got this tattoo. You get this NFT as your gift.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Crazy.
Yeah. So now that receipts, it's gonna replace receipts. Like everything's on the blockchain. That's the greatest receipt you could have. I'd rather have that than a real store receipt.
Yo, think about
that.
Like
the whole world knowing that I bought this. Like that's confirmed globally. You know what I mean? As opposed to just a store receipt, and it has value after the fact to sell.
Thinking about like, bro. And the whole thing with royalties, think about, say for example, there's been times where when I got my tattoo, I went on Google to find like an image, and then they used that, they sketched their own version of it. But think about, say for example, you buy that, you get that tattoo and you get the NFT, and then you post it online. Somebody wants to use that NFT. The artist now gets royalties.
Yeah, and you get paid for selling the NFT.
Bro, crazy.
And now you just got a free tattoo.
Yeah. So,
and it's just like the world's great. And somebody gets to use that art for their tattoo and their inspiration, and bro, it's just like, it's just providing, the actual compensation that is required for business.
Yeah, no, I've seen like just recently Michael Jordan's like rookie game, like the ticket. just sold for an absurd amount. I don't know, it was upwards of 6, maybe even 7 figures.
Yeah.
And think about like Ticketmaster, whoever issued that ticket, the Chicago Bulls, no one earned money except for the guy that owned the ticket.
Yeah.
Think about if it's a ticket on the blockchain, right? And they have their royalties, the Chicago Bulls, the NBA, Ticketmaster, whatever. When that certain ticket resells, now they'll also receive royalties on that sale. So everybody's winning, everybody's making money, and there's actual proof of ownership. That's the thing that's going to be.
That's the biggest thing, and it's like, it's the biggest thing because it's globally. We have a platforms now that are globally renowned by everybody, and that's how you create adoption. Is that you get like a large amount of people involved. Believe in the same thing, right? So like this blockchain confirmation is important because it's valid across the world.
Yeah.
Anybody could search it up. Anybody could see publicly that that you own this, you bought this for this price, how much, all that shit. Unless you've been to it, then I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's it called? So now I feel like that's basically where we're going with social media, all of that stuff. What do you think, like, the major pros and cons of social media in general? Obviously, like, for people like us of our generations, we've been able to grow up without social media, but also see the growth and adapt. Whereas now I see, like, my little sister, she's been born into, there was social media before she was even born, so she doesn't know before.
Yeah, my nieces and nephews are all on TikTok. Everybody's, yeah.
So,
yeah, I think like the major implication of not having social media or growing in a time without it is that like you got creative with your time, and like you really got to doing things, playing sports, getting outside, linking up with friends, having water gun fights.
Yeah,
like,
literally
just
random
doing shit, bro. Having a snowball fight, like going outside and doing shit, and like living in the real world, and you know, like linking up with people and doing it that way. But now with social media, it's like you feel like it's almost enough to just be like liking a picture, reacting to a story, saying, you know, like how are you here and there. We see that now as like replacing that other real connection, right? So I think that's like a big thing that has changed, is the way that we interact with each other as people, the way we see each other as people. I think a lot of people put a high importance on their social profiles and stuff, even though it's really not that big of a deal. And I remember having to like go door to door, like go literally ride my bike around the neighborhood and like knock on door and like, yo, you trying to link, like trying to chill right now? Get on your bike, let's go, you know, like, and then we go grab the other homie, and then now we're like 4 of us are on the bikes, like just shit like that, bro. Like
now I don't remember the last time I've pulled up to someone's crib
it's just group
and
chats.
actually like knocked on their door. I'll just text them, yo, I'm outside, and I'll wait for them to come out. Like before, like that would never happen, right? So
shit like that.
But yeah, I feel like that's a big thing. It's just a lot of these younger generations, they just don't have those social skills, and they don't know how to actually interact with people without it being through a device. So I feel like.
But yeah, with social media now, I think, like, I guess like the pros and cons of it. The pros. Actually, should we talk about cons first?
Yeah, let's go to the cons.
So the cons, I'd say like the biggest thing is comparison now. Like it's a thief of happiness, is what they say, right? So I think these platforms have bred an environment where a lot of comparing, a lot of judging,
clout chasing,
a lot of faking, a lot of like just acting out of character to impress others is going on, right? So I think that is a huge con, because it makes people not be themselves. And things like that. I think that's the most important part, is like being yourself in this world.
1000%.
It's just like so hard to not be yourself, you know? So
no, literally. People are living through a lens where you're only looking at people's best moments, right? They're only posting their highlights. Sometimes their highlights are even being embellished with filters, with different things like that, where they're not actually living that life. They're renting cars, they're renting things and flexing it. Like, you don't know what is actually real and what actually isn't, because it's just it's a very toxic culture now, where people are just flexing on each other, trying to post this, trying to impress other people, where it's gotten to a point where you don't know what to believe and what not to believe. Because I've even been on that side where I've posted stuff that hasn't been 100% accurate to exactly what I'm doing, right? Like not by faking it or doing stuff like that, but only showing the good parts, right? Or edit or choosing a filter. Or I've had like 20 pictures taken of me and only posting the best one. You know what I mean? So it's not reality, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not the reality.
Yeah.
And I feel like for like the girls, it's actually crazy what the Kardashians have done. Like, not to hate on them or not to call them out, but they've just created this societal norm where they've paid for their bodies, they've paid for everything. Obviously, they're very smart business-wise, but when it comes to social media, I feel like it's really hurting a lot of people when it comes to mental health.
Yeah.
Now, girls
drawing a picture of like how you should be, right?
yeah, girls have to be a certain shape. They're not even going to the gym. They're just getting surgeries to make it happen, right? Like, so I feel like they've been probably the biggest factor when it comes to girls on just the perfect image of how you should look, what you should be posting, like all that type of stuff. I feel like that's really hurt the younger generations and even our generation. You've seen depression like go crazy
Spike,
from just social media is probably the biggest component, right?
Big.
So yeah, I feel like that's probably the biggest con is just all the faking and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So don't believe everything you see online, right? So like I said earlier, do your fact checking and just live your life how you want to live it, right? And you don't have to post everything. You don't have to like just live life, you know?
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, you don't need confirmation from anybody but yourself. And, that's all that really matters.
Facts.
But, yeah, I guess another con, so aside from, like, you did touch on misinformation, false information, things like that, bad content.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't want, there's certain shit on there, like, I wouldn't want my daughter to be watching and consuming and things like that, right? So it's definitely a lot of, like, bad content, just as there is good content on there, right? So you gotta filter that out. And then also security reasons, right? With social media, like if you get your accounts hacked, you get your Facebook hacked or your Instagram hacked or your Twitter hacked, like a lot of bad shit can happen very quickly in a short period of time.
It's happening to a lot of people right now, man. Make sure.
A lot of people get scammed. A lot of people click on links, lose their whole bank account. A lot of people click on the wrong link for a mint, lose their MetaMask wallet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just dumb, just crazy shit going on. So like, this is gonna breed a world of a lot of new scam opportunities.
Definitely, I feel like it's just scary how easy it is for. Obviously, it's not easy, but it's just how available it is for somebody to get scammed.
Yeah, how vulnerable you are.
Yeah, exactly. Because just a click of the wrong button on the wrong website and all your information can be leaked. So be careful, be mindful, and like just don't trust everything you say online.
And also remember that anything that you put on the net
is there forever.
Permanent.
Yeah.
like just see it that way, because as soon as it touches the net, someone screenshot it, someone do this, someone do that, like it's around or somewhere.
Seen too many stories.
But even Instagram
people.
probably saved it themselves, you know, like
Literally.
they do that. Yeah. So shit like that, definitely be mindful. And yeah, bro, I was tickling at the question, if my account got hacked, bro, and he messaged you, he's like, yo, Tice, man, I just need a bill right now, you know, like, you need a little $100 right now, just e-transfer me quick, bro, I'm in a little rut, I'll get you back tomorrow.
It's so crazy, because like,
what are you doing, bro? What are you saying?
At first glance, I'm not thinking, yo, I'm getting scammed. I'm thinking, yo, Reeks like needs this, and
needs
I'm gonna.
$100.
But I don't know. I've like me personally, I would definitely like just call you and be like and confirm it. Yeah. But there's a lot of people out there that are just we'll just send it.
Yeah.
Right, and then boom, it's gone.
Because it's never happened before. Like to all they know, this is you.
Yeah.
Behind your account, they don't know anything else.
So scary.
Yeah.
So scary.
Yeah. So it's like just shit like that.
Straight identity theft, bro.
Bro, I know a barber like you know, like someone who got hacked and like their business is run through that platform, right? So it's like how else do you contact your network?
So crazy. Remember, it was probably a few months ago now, when Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp was down for like, I think it was like 4 or 5 hours. I did not realize how many people I contacted through social media that I didn't actually have their number. Mm-hmm. So like, and there's also the possibility that everything could just crash, right? So like, just actually like that's one con as well, is like people are so reliant on it. And with that being said, also like the amount of time that people are spent consuming, like, yo, I want you guys right now to go under your phone, go under your like screen settings and see how much time you spend on your phone. Because I did this I did this not too long ago, and it was nuts.
Hours, bro.
Bro, I was pissed about how much time I was spending on my phone.
Check how much you spend on social media.
Yeah.
And it's just nuts because, like, time is such a limited resource that we all have.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most valuable resource that we all have because it's so limited and we don't know how much of it we have, right? And we spend it all on these apps, bro.
Nah, they're
and
smart.
It's like, it's fucked, bro. Like, that's...
What do
you
you
don't
say?
even need our money, bro. They need our time and data.
No, literally. What did you say earlier? It's an algorithm, not a...
Yo, I said, fuck a virus. We need to be worried about the algorithms, bro.
Literally, bro.
Like, they're gonna fucking take over the world, bro.
Nah, the algorithms are crazy, bro.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
nuts.
And, like, I read somewhere, it's like, man, if there is no product being sold, you are the product. Like, take that into account.
Wow, yeah.
Like, you
That's
are
crazy.
the product, bro. And it's like, they talk about, like, data is currency, man. Like, all this information from us is currency to them.
Facts.
They're able to use that to, you know, reach out to more people just like us and, like, have that influence on us.
No, literally.
Yeah.
So let's go. I feel like, are there any more cons you feel like that have really, when it comes to society, that social media has done bad? Or
I think we touched on mental health, we touched on comparison, we touched on judgment, a
just
lot of
the
that
main
shit.
things.
Yeah.
Just like,
I think we basically covered it.
I think just to sum it up overall, I feel like at the end of the day, it's what you're consuming, right?
Yeah.
So no one is forcing you to create an Instagram. No one is forcing you to follow certain people and look at certain posts. So just do your due diligence and unfollow the people that aren't providing value to you or that are making you feel this way, right? If you're always feeling like you're comparing yourself to certain people, just unfollow them, right? And you can consume what you want to consume, and that'll shape how you view social media. So I feel like social media, yes, there's a lot of bad things on it and there's a lot of repercussions by using it, but ultimately it's in your hands, right? You don't have to use these things, but it'll definitely exactly. It's about what you're consuming
and how you use it.
Exactly.
Comes down to how if you're using it to, you know, fucking post a picture of you smoking a joint every day. That's what you get, right? But fucking, you know, you post your business and you promote this and that and, like, get your shit off the ground and you know, use it to build a platform for your, you know, whatever you're pursuing. Like, bro, there's so many ways to use this thing, right? Detrimental and productively. So
let's go over the pros now. I feel like that's a good segue into there's so much
pros.
good that.
Oh wait, one more comment before we move on though is that, like, I think it's really important to put a con on that, like, this whole platform and network is centralized to a company.
Somebody owns
runs
the data.
This shit, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I think the future of, like, social media should be, like, decentralized.
Yeah, with the whole metaverse, Web3, like. Yeah.
But anyways, we can talk about that in the future.
No, definitely.
But yeah, so pros of social media is definitely the ability to have the tool to reach globally. Everybody has that equal playing ground now, where if your content is on point, you're able to build an audience and a platform, and influence them, and build a brand, and just do whatever you need to do, as far as reaching people goes. So that comes with, like, all these new marketing campaigns and all these new things, like social media marketing. I feel like trumps, like, every traditional way of marketing.
I'm not reading a
flyer,
a billboard,
bench board, bus stop. Like, it really doesn't matter.
If it's not on my social media, I'm not clicking the link. Like, you gotta
get it on my page. And that's the way nowadays. So. Yeah, I think that's super cool, and it's just so simple. Like, I talked about how, like Kanye, bro, like on Super Bowl day, like, this guy's trending #1, bro,
over the Super Bowl,
the most important event in, like, America, bro. And, like, it's just insane that he was able to reach the world. He's able to reach me and you in Winnipeg. We're probably taking a shit somewhere. And reading the shit, and it's like, it's insane that, like, he was able to reach all these millions of people, and all he had to do was press a button. He didn't have to get flyers made. He didn't have to get, all his costs are just cut down. It's just so simplified, so easy, right? And, like, I feel like that's something that we don't even think about nowadays. It's so integrated into our lives, but, like, bro, marketing is so powerful on social media.
He's so smart. Like, I honestly think, I don't know what you believe, but I feel like this is all, like, obviously there's stuff going on with Kanye, with Kim, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's all publicity.
It's all publicity, right? He just launched his Netflix documentary. right? So people are talking about Kanye. He's posting mad stuff. People are already looking, and then boom, he drops something that he can make money off of.
Yeah.
He's talking about releasing his next album, right? Boom. That's something, like, even Drake did it when he was beefing with Kanye, all this stuff. Then they both dropped their albums. Now they're already talking about it. They're reaching that. And it's just crazy how these billionaires and people just understand the psychology that they can use within social media to gain attention and gain, like, just natural reach. So people are already thinking of them, talking about them, and they drop something that they can make money with. I think it's so smart, and it's so crazy how creative these different people are when it comes to marketing through social media, because you can do anything, right? The options are endless.
And these people were already having this reach and influence before these platforms. So it's like when they get onto these platforms, it's just like, just nuts, bro. Like, they're able to really, really amplify their reach. And I think it's just awesome.
I remember even watching Grant Cardone. He's talking about, because he's one of those guys that's just posting and posting and posting. Dude. Have you ever did you ever sign up for any of his, like, emails or anything like that?
I think I signed up for his book.
His book?
I have his book.
Bro.
10X.
Have you ever got, like, his email? He's one of the craziest when it comes to emails. Like, bro, you get an email every single day, something. But I remember I was listening to this interview, and he was saying, I don't care whether people are like enjoying it or not talking about it, they're thinking about me. Yeah. Right? They're seeing my name, and it's so crazy. He's like, in their head. He put out a crazy stat. I think it was like 40 or 50% of people that sign up for his programs are people that unsubscribe from his email list. So normally people think, oh, they're unsubscribing, they don't want to hear it anymore. But it's like, okay, I'm already plugged in. Like, so
I know what's happening.
Yeah. So he's converting those into sales. It's so crazy. But I think the biggest pro is just, like you said, just the ability to reach anybody. Right. I've built so many connections with people. Like I said earlier, I think like a large portion of people that I've met have been through social media. When it comes to trading, like, I've learned through YouTube. I've met people online that have helped me. I've been able to do all of that through social media, DJing even to promote my events, to get people out. It's all through social media. It's not like I'm putting up posters. I just make a simple post and I can get people out there. Even your barbershop, do you do any, like, non-social media marketing still? A little bit?
No, man. Like, I don't do any flyers anymore. I tried that route. It was very expensive, ineffective, and, like, bro, I literally was, like, going door to door, like, doing it, right? So it's like shit like that.
And now you can just make a post.
Yeah, so, like, I'm more focused on building our platform and audience on our socials, because I just think that's a lot more powerful and effective nowadays. Like, bro, like, people would spend millions of dollars on commercials, where, like, Kanye's fucking meme of his superheroes is, well, nothing will trump that. Like, bro, that's forever gonna be. I'm forever gonna remember this. Civil War. It's deleted, but, like, I'm forever gonna remember it. Like,
it's in my brain, bro. I probably have a screenshot of it.
It's in my brain right now. I mentally screenshotted it. So it's like shit like that, bro. Like, just the ways that marketing has evolved because of these new tools. And just like, there's so many pros if you use these tools productively and effectively.
Yeah, and also just like the ability to talk to people that I know, like my dad, for example, he came here from the Philippines when he was like 18. Yeah. And then once Facebook came out,
he's able to talk to a lot of people.
I remember he's like, yo, like, I'm talking to all my homies friends from back home. Yeah. One guy's in Dubai, one guy's over here, one guy's over here. But we're able to connect. Yeah. And it's just the ability to have that, like, you can, like, talk to people all over the globe and have those connections, like, it's unmatched.
Touch your fingertips.
Yeah, literally, like FaceTime, like, you can actually talk to somebody.
I always say, like, man, if you had to get a hold of somebody back in the day, like, you had to go into the yellow pages, bro.
Find them.
I remember using the yellow pages, bro. And find their fucking last name or their business or whatever, and then fucking find the phone number there, and then use your landline, and then call the hoe, and then fucking, do it that way. And it's like, it's just so insane that now, like, you don't even need that, like, book. Like, that book is so useless now with Google and, like, all these things, right? Like I think it was Gary Vee who said, like, fucking Google's your new mother, bro. Like, when you grow up, like, you don't got mom all the time, bro. You gotta ask Google. Like,
Google has the answer to everything, right? But I feel like that's basically. Do you have anything else you feel like pros for social media?
As far as that goes, Yeah, not much else. Like, if you use it correctly, you're able to really take advantage of it. And
Yeah, ultimately, you're
the master of your social media fate.
yeah, literally, and just
But
do what you can with it. Be smart. Don't put out don't put out
Just
stuff
have
to harm
intent.
other people. Yeah, exactly.
Just have intent.
And
And
you'll be
if you don't
straight.
have intent, just be yourself.
Literally,
know what
stop
I mean?
comparing yourself to other
'Cause
people.
At the end of the day, like, that's all that really matters. Be yourself, or use it for in a good, intentive way.
Mhm.
Whatever that may be.
Even entertainment, like
Yeah.
watch stuff you like, but
Yeah.
at the same time, just be mindful of what you're consuming, right?
Yeah.
And be aware of the power that social media has over you, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes take like me personally, I deleted social media for like I think it was like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and the first few days I'm like my mind's already like I'm
Trying
scrolling, I'm trying to press
have
it.
that habit.
Yeah, it's just a habit. And then I realized like probably day 4, day 5, I'm like,
You don't really need it.
I don't
Yeah.
really need this.
Yeah.
And then I come back like 2 weeks later, nothing's changed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But at the same time, when you're building a brand, when you're building a business, when you're doing this, it's
You have to
essential.
be on
It's
it.
essential,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Nowadays,
nowadays
it
it's
is.
essential.
Yeah,
So
if you don't have it.
so
Yeah.
just be mindful. You can still use it, but just use it in the right ways and, like you said, with the proper intent.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll be straight. Looks like King's about to run up on us.
But yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, this kind of reminds me back to the famous Spider-Man quote, man. With great power,
Comes great
great
responsibility.
responsibility, bro. So
cap.
so yeah, bro. Like with these tools, we have a lot of power now. So you got to use it responsibly. But yeah, as for the future, yeah, everything is gonna be Web3 integrated. Everything's gonna be, I feel like, super easy to shop. You should have your wallet connected. You're able to buy things with crypto right off the platform, shit like that. And I think you're gonna have to pay for all the content that you use. And yeah, I also think the future of social media should be decentralized as well. Like
Yeah.
I think our data is too valuable for it to be going to some company or anything like that. I feel like it should just not go to anybody.
Facts.
Yeah, how you feel about that? Like no one having power over your personal data.
That's where I believe it's
Do you
going
feel like
to
that's
go.
something valuable?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like not having other people be able to just because I've seen even security breaches where people have paid for like celebrities to see their inside their stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's just like you said, like your privacy and that type of stuff. That's really what we need when it comes to this whole social media thing. And I think with Web3 and with the whole metaverse and stuff, it's going to really help. So I think we're on the right path.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely think we're on the right path.
And as far as like this technology, it's going to be integrated to every business. I
Mhm.
think every business is going to start looking into how they're going to integrate Web3, how they're going to integrate NFTs, all these things. It's going to replace receipts, memberships. We talked about what else? What else is it gonna? It's gonna contracts.
Yeah, it's gonna change. It's gonna change the way everything works.
Yeah, just a lot of things.
Like
man.
looking back, it's like people who are saying like, "Oh, this isn't gonna work," are the same people that said, "Oh, why do I need a website for my business?
Yeah,
Why do I need an
exactly.
Instagram for my
Yeah,
business?" But
yeah.
it's essential now. I'm not. If I'm going to a restaurant, I'm searching it up. I'm finding the address. I'm looking. Sometimes I'll look at the menu, see what I like. Like if I'm going to a place, I want to figure out what are their hours. What is this? I look at their social media. Oh, like this looks like. Then I'm gonna
Yeah.
go there, right?
Yep,
like
yep.
so, it's gonna be even amplified. Where if you don't have this, like you're just lacking.
Yeah, and it's gonna be mixed reality soon, bro. Like we're gonna have
Facts.
some fucking glasses or some shit. It's gonna be like half meta, half fucking.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg might be
Real.
sitting right here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like at the end of the day, what the fuck is reality? Like reality is just perception, right? And it's like
Yeah.
you change somebody's perception, you change their whole reality, bro. And like
Now we're getting deep.
yeah,
Now we're getting deep.
So I don't know, man. That's the future.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's-
metaverse shit's crazy. NFT technology is here to stay forever. I think even if these projects collapse or whatever, tech is here to stay.
Facts.
Um,
One of one is here to stay.
Blockchain tech is going to be globally renowned. I think moving on forward for everything,
Mhm.
and yeah, I think that's the future of where our socials are going. What else do I think? I think when holograms come around, we're gonna experience a whole nother fucking world, man.
Oh,
like, yo, imagine man's doing live as a hologram.
Yeah.
In
Like
your
this
room.
like this podcast, but we're sitting in their room.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
That shit's coming, bro. That shit's coming, bro.
Oh,
iPhone
bro.
21. We're gonna have projectors. We're gonna have hologram projectors, bro. It's gonna be lit, man. Like we're in an exciting time right now. It's fucked up, but it's exciting.
It's scary,
Yeah.
but it's mad lit.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I'm gonna just embrace the journey. I'm gonna not fear it anymore because I was scared of it for a while because it was the unknown, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm just pumped, and I'm
Just gotta
grateful.
adapt.
Yeah, grateful to be a part of it. Be in this time, bro. Like a lot of shit is gonna change, and
We're
I'm
part of
ready-
history.
Yeah,
We're
ready
part
for
of
that
history.
change. So, yeah, what do you think? Your closing thoughts on the future of social media?
I think, like I said earlier, you're in complete control, right? Just be mindful of what you consume. Be mindful of what you're using your time on social media. Actually produce something. Use social media to entertain yourself, yes, one, but also to produce, say, for example, if you have a business or even if you're an artist, just use it in the right way so that way you can take yourself to the next level if you're growing a business. But I think the future of social media, metaverse, is going to be nuts. You're actually, like you said, going to be able to have that extra security around your account, and just I think it's going to be crazy, to be honest.
Crazy,
Like
bro.
there's words that can't even describe. Like
Yeah.
it's just we're literally living in the future. Like the future is in the now.
Yeah.
And it's about to be crazy.
Yeah, we're kind of just waiting for everybody else to like
Catch up.
catch up over here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Yeah, that's definitely the past, the present, and the future of social media.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot, pros and cons, the whole history of our experience, and the future where we think we see everything going.
Mm-hmm.
And aside from that, I think that basically covers our topic for today.
Yeah, literally. So drop down below what your thoughts are on social media.
Comment your time usage of these social media
Facts.
apps in the comments. Let me see. Whoever has the most usage time with the receipt wins something.
We'll have to figure it out.
Win something. You win something, bro.
Nah.
But yeah, then,
You win the most amount of
yeah,
wasted
it's
time.
gonna be in the comments. It's public. It's blockchain, low key. We're not gonna edit it. So like, yeah. So
Let's see that. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This is episode 2, social media. It's your boy Tyson.
222. I'm Regan.
And we're clocking out. Peace.
Peace.